Zombie Apocalypse.
What is going on, you guys? Bashtian Wiser here, and I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend, John Ford, famous YouTuber, God of War YouTuber. If you're not following his channel already, please go ahead and make sure you give this man a follow, subscribe on his videos as well. I'll leave a link to his channel on the description, so go ahead and check that out. But he has also appeared on my channel multiple times, whooping my butt, whether it be with Fluffles, it be with, and now I guess DRYTRONs as well. So I want to go ahead and give him the benefit of the doubt. He actually went to a locals yesterday and smacked up every single kid in the entire locals with DRYTRONs. Now, Ford, do you believe DRYTRONs is the best deck in its current format?
No. And just because, like, I feel right now, currently, more supports that have come out. The DRYTRON XZs is coming out. Some more Herald supports coming out. So when those cards come out, then I think this is going to be a good contender. But right now, I think the Union Carrier did hit the deck, like, a lot.
Right.
So I don't think it's the best deck, but it can still do, a lot of stuff.
But you whooped everyone yesterday, right?
Oh, yeah, I destroyed everybody. There was one Dino player... not even close. There was one Dinos player, one virtual world player, and like some random guy who just playing what's that Link deck? The Code Link deck spam?
Code Talker?
Whatever. I think Code Breaker, whatever archetype that shit is.
I got you. That's not bad. I think it topped recently actually in the OCG.
Well, he wasn't playing that topping build, I tell you that much. But
because you whooped that ass.
So yeah, real bad. But yeah, this is going to be my version of DRYTRONs right now until all the new support starts coming out and everything like that.
Okay.
First off, I play 3 alpha. I think every DRYTRON deck plays 3 of these cards just because it searches any ritual monster, which is obviously extremely important. Next up, I play 3 Zeta. This one searches a ritual spell. I play 3 Gamma, which is your combos. This card special summons a DRYTRON from the graveyard. And I play the 1 Delta, which just lets you draw a card. So after you do all your searching, Delta is a good one-of, I feel like. Playing it anymore is just a brick because it doesn't really do too much to garner the 3 of.
The strategy. Okay, cool.
Yeah. That's it for the DRYTRON monsters. Onto some ritual spells. I did ultimately decide to play the 1 DRYTRON ritual monster because I read its effect. I feel like a lot of people don't read effects, and it's pretty good. So first off, this card can't be targeted by monster effects at all. This card can attack all special summoned monsters your opponent controls. It has 4,000 attack. And the reason why I play this card is on your opponent's turn, you can banish 1 DRYTRON monster or 2 DRYTRON monsters and target and destroy any amount of monsters that you chose. I think it's really good getting 2 pops on your opponent's turn. So I decided to put it in the deck last minute, and it really helps out a lot.
Yeah, I bet.
Cyber Angels, obviously, you have to play the Ben 10. Ben 10 is such a good card, even at 1. There's so many ways to abuse this card with the DRYTRON spell as well. DRYTRONs get so much utility out of this card. If DRYTRON's in the grave, just tribute it from your hand on the field and, just add some pretty powerful cards, which I'll talk about later. Play the 1 Natasha. Natasha has a very secret broken effect where you can banish it from your graveyard and banish another Cyber Angel from your graveyard and take control of one of your opponent's monsters. So it's...
Okay, there you go.
Hey, give me your monster. I really like it. All right, so what separates this deck from a lot of the other DRYTRONs is that I'm playing the Blue Eyes Chaos version. I'm playing Chaos Dragon and Chaos Max. So both these cards cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. Chaos Dragon, I love it because it gets around, if you manage to pretty much bait out the Dragoon's effect, you can pretty much kill Dragoons. So you attack and all your opponent's monsters change their battle positions and their attack and defense becomes 0, and that's permanent. This card also does piercing. So I attack, change all the stuff, and then attack. And then Chaos Max just does double piercing. So if you attack into a 0 defense monster, that's instantly game. So it's really good. I decided to play this because it's something that's out of left field. A lot of people obviously don't see it coming, and having cards that cannot be targeted or destroyed is obviously pretty damn good. So,
of course.
One of the cards I searched with Benton is Vanity's Ruler. Now, my turn one, I obviously try my best to get this card on the field to tribute summon. What this card does is your opponent cannot special summon monsters, period. That's its effects. You search it out with Benton, you tribute the Verte and one other monster in your field, and there you go. So it's a searchable card that stops your opponent from playing the game.
Broken.
For hand traps, I do play 3 Droll and Lockbird. And also 1 Artifact Lancia, because Lancia is searchable by Benton. So if your opponent is playing like a virtual world, you can just stop a lot of their plays. It doesn't stop them completely. That's not what I'm saying. But it does obviously hurt any deck that banishes cards for its strategy. So,
which is a lot of decks right now.
Yeah, which is a lot of decks. This is the anime package of the cards I'm about to show. So you got the Cyber Dragon. Cyber Dragon Core, when it's normal summon, lets you search out Cyber Emergency, and Cyber Emergency lets you search out any DRYTRON name in your deck.
Okay.
Really good.
Spicy.
Also, if your opponent has an extra monster in their extra monster zone, you can get rid of this card, get rid of their monster, and summon out Mega Fleet. So that makes the card pretty damn good.
How often does that come up?
Not too often, but because a lot of people obviously don't put cards in the extra monster zone like they used to.
Right.
But it does happen, right? It's a card where you don't have to normal summon it. If you see an opportunity to do so, it's there. Ending the anime package, you got the Dark Magician, you got the Red Eyes, and you got the Blue Eyes. Obviously, Blue Eyes for Advanced Ritual Art for your Chaos Monsters, and these two for the best card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, in my opinion. Dragoons is too good.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah. 3 DRYTRON Nova. The special summons a DRYTRON from the deck, so that's just getting an extra name on the board. 2 Fafnir. This card obviously lets you search out the Nova, any DRYTRON spell. Also, your ritual spell cards cannot be negated. Okay. Pretty damn good card. And obviously the ritual spell. This card is really good. There's a reason why it's $10 right now. So its effect is you can obviously use this card to ritual summon a monster from your graveyard using DRYTRONs in your hand or the field. You can have a DRYTRON lose 1,000 attack to add it to your hand from the graveyard. That effect is a hard once per turn, but you can activate its ritual summon effect multiple times in a turn. The adding effect is really good for Dragoons to negate something as well. So,
there you go. Always keeps you have that discard potter, right?
Exactly.
Nice.
Advanced Ritual Art to send the Blue Eyes to summon out one of the Chaos Monsters. Dark Ruler No More. Honestly, right now this is like my favorite card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like I said, Dragoons is too powerful, and there's so many powerful monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh! But Dark Ruler No More just kind of puts a stop to all of that, to be honest with you. Common too, so really good. The search cards. Cyber Emergency lets you search out any DRYTRON monster in your deck. Also, this card has a second effect, which I didn't know about until yesterday when I went to locals. If your opponent ashes this card or they negate it in any way, you can discard a card from your hand to add it from your graveyard to your hand. So it just has that bonus effect in case they decide to negate it. First time I read the card.
There you go.
2 Preparation to add the Benton, and if you use the DRYTRON ritual spell, you can add it back. So yeah. Obviously the Red Eyes Fusion. The Melody of Awakening Dragon to search out your Chaos Monsters. And these 2 cards, I play Foolish and Instant Fusion. If you have a Pot of Prosperity, I highly recommend you put this card in the deck instead of these 2. Just because a lot of the extra deck you don't really go into a lot. But yeah, these cards put in Prosperity. I just have these 2. This adds a DRYTRON name to use in your arsenal. Instant Fusion for the 1,000 eyes restrict and going into some rank 1s.
Spicy.
Alright, spicy. Yeah, spicy extra deck time. 1 Dragoons. This card by itself just wins a lot of games. I really do like this fucking card a lot. And I've obviously paid 1,000 as a strict for the fusions. Now the XZs, I play Nightingale.
Mm-hmm.
Attack Direct for Zeus plays, and Princess Sprite. So I decided to go into my old box of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I found Princess Sprite. So you can detach one card from Princess Sprite, excavate the top card of your deck. If that card is a spell or trap, add it to your hand. If it's anything else, send it to the grave. I figured if it's a monster, a DRYTRON monster, you're adding another DRYTRON monster that you can use to the graveyard. If it's a spell card, well, it's a spell card. You just add a free card to your hand. Obviously, Zeus. I used to think that Zeus is not really necessary for this deck, but playing it at locals, really testing this deck out. Loose is really good, and Zeus is really good. I think Zeus is actually needed for this deck. Honestly, it's so easy to go into, and it's so oppressive. One Link Karibo. Obviously, the main combo for DRYTRONs is activate Nova, special summon, get rid of it, go into Link Karibo, and they can use that monster you just sent for the Link Karibo, affecting the grave to special summon itself.
There you go.
Verte for Dragoons. I don't know why I even have to explain that card. IP Masquerena for Indestructible Appaloosa or Boral Sword. Play the Nightmare package. So, really good cards. Cross Sheet. I read Cross Sheet the other day. If you ritual summon with Cross Sheet on the board, you get to draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards, which helps out a lot of combos because you can put DRYTRON monsters in the graveyard. Fixes your hand, do whatever you need to do. Reading cards is useful. Who would have guessed?
Right.
4 Link 3, the Decode Talker. You could take this card out. My Mega Fleet, one of my friends is borrowing it, so this is supposed to be a Mega Fleet.
Okay.
One Appaloosa, because this card is too good. One Boral Sword Dragon. And surprisingly, I've actually summoned this a couple times in locals. Mech Knight Crusader Avramax. I tech this card because it's really, really, really powerful. First off, your opponent can't attack any other monster but this card on the field. This card cannot be destroyed by card effects. And if a special summon monster attacks this card takes that card's attack. And if your opponent gets rid of this card somehow, you get to shuffle one card they control back into the deck, and it doesn't target. This card does like 4 effects that's actually very powerful, and I did actually see this card rise in price a little bit. So this is my alternative Link 4. And that's my DRYTRON deck. Again, this deck is like very powerful, and it can only get stronger with like the heralds that are coming out. Diviner, I believe the name of the card was. And this deck has like such a huge potential, especially with the XZs that's coming out as well. I can't wait to see what this deck can do in the future. But you have to play very smart. This is not a deck where you could just pick up and just instantly like helmet it. You actually have to read your cards. Something that I keep getting taught over and over and over again.
That's right. Do you think when the new support out, you're going to be switching up the version to be less Blue Eyes centered and more of the, I guess, Herald centered?
Of course. Like I said, right now I only play the Blue Eyes version. Just because like it's, again, people don't expect it. A bunch of cards that cannot be targeted or destroyed. That's why I play the Blue Eyes right now. But no, definitely the Herald version is gonna make this deck, I think, tier 1, if anything.
Really?
I think tier 1. I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
All right. Well, you heard it here. John Ford, if it doesn't become tier 1, I don't know. I'll have to fly to New York and slap the shit out of you. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, man. Thanks so much for coming on. I really appreciate you, bro. And love the spicy text. Really haven't seen a undefeated locals winning Blue Eyes DRYTRON deck in a while, or I don't think ever, for my personal, at least not Blue Eyes version. So this is really cool, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Thank you. I appreciate being on the channel.
Yeah, for sure. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you guys are gonna go ahead and be very, very excited for the more Herald version, let us know. We'll go ahead and see what we can do as far as that route. But yeah, go ahead and let's leave a like on the video, guys, and subscribe for more. I'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks so much, Ford.
Later, everybody.